This is SportsCenter.
Hello and welcome to the Week 4 edition of SportsCenter. Don't worry, George Blanda, he is still dead. It's okay. We had a moment of silence, but let's get right into it. You don't need to put on any hats. It's time for the top 3 scorers of the week. At number 3, LaDainian, I'm 31 years old, Tomlinson, with 30.5 points, over 100 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns for an old guy. High five! Number 2, Arian Skeetastic Foster, not just Arian Foster, with 39.7 points, was put on the bench in the first quarter because he missed a team meeting and was late to another thing. But he still had over 100 yards rushing, and a touchdown, and a receiving touchdown. Ridiculous. Ski! Number 1, T.O. Yes, the man is still alive, unlike our beloved George Blanda, with 40.2 points. The man had 10 catches, 222 yards, and a touchdown, yet the man was sitting on a bench.
Come on, man!
Wait, is that the phone ringing? Oh my god, we have Nick Detling via actual satellite this time. Yes, it does exist. Owner of the Big D's. Nick, how's the weather out there, buddy?
The weather's awesome. I just got done swimming. It's 74 or 80 degrees out right now. And that's about it.
Awesome. So how do you feel about your performance in the league so far?
So far, it's been okay, but I can do better as a coach and as directing my players in the right way. But last week, I was second-guessing myself as a coach and did horrible picking my guys, and they did better on the bench than when they did in the starting position.
All right. Now that you think you've turned it around, how do you feel about the matchup next week against yours truly, the Skeeters?
No offense, dude, Skeeters, but I'm going to take this one. But seriously, I think it's going to be a tough match, and it's going to go down to the wire.
I agree with you on that one. And now, the question everyone's been waiting for, why is your logo a B when you're the Big D's?
I'm big, and my last name is a D, or with Detling.
Very nice. Could you move the camera down a little bit for me for a second? Could you just move it down? All right, never mind. Bring it back up. Bring it on up now. All right, man. Well, thanks for being on the show. Glad you're having fun swimming out there in Florida, and we'll catch up with you in future weeks to come.
All right.
But let's see what we can break down in Week 4. Let's go to the recap of the games. The first game, the Chicago Skeeters and the PSI, man, ridiculously close. But you always got to bet on the Skeet to come through. And I did by like a point. Fantastic win for me. Foster went off. He skeeted all over the place. Gates went off. He tried to skeet on my face. Didn't happen. I skeeted on yours. Skeeters win. And now, the next matchup, man, the City Point Hunters and Vic's Used Dog Sale. The Hunters had the most points going into noon, or the noon games, but at the half, the City Point Hunters, believe it or not, were leading the whole entire league in points. And yes, they did win by about 4 points, beating Vic's Used Dog Sale. So Hunters, congratulations on your first win. A round of applause. Skeet, skeet, skeet. Let's go to the next game. We have the Rags and the Steamrollers. The Rags, as you saw from the coaching rant, he was not a happy camper, Mr. Daniel. But he should be celebrating now, hopefully with still his boxers on. We will find that out maybe in another Coach's Corner soon. Rags edged this one out, or not even edged it out, we'll say he skeetacular victory for the Rags. LaDainian Tomlinson, as you know, he went off. Rashid Mendenhall, he couldn't go off enough, so the Rags get the win. Next matchup is the Big D's, yes, the man who was shirtless earlier, and the Fugitives. This one, Craig was hoping. I was with the man earlier. He was hoping Randy Moss would go off, Randy Moss was nowhere to be found in tonight's Monday Night Football game. Big D's, kind of a blowout victory against the Fugitives, almost a 20-point victory. Time to go to the final matchup, though. The B-Fries and the undefeated Platypuses. Platypuses did it again. They are 4-0. Ridiculous. It is completely ridiculous, but yes, they're the only undefeated team in the league. Reggie Wayne, he put up a good effort, 19.6 points. Maurice Jones-Drew, he Jones-Drew'd everybody with 27.1 points. Platypuses win. But now, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, boys and girls, let's go to the standings. Let's start this time with the ever-so-clean north side. The Skeeters, as Craig likes to say, are atop of the division at 3-1. The next we have the PSI, the Fugitives, and the shirtless Big D's at 2-2. And then the City Point Hunters, yes indeed, with their first win at 1-3. Let's go to the dirty South. The Platypuses, yes, 4-0, ridiculous. Then we've got the Rags, the B-Fries at 2-2, who play each other coming up soon. And we've got Vixie's Dog Sale and the Steamrollers at 1-3. But now, it's time to pay our sponsors with a commercial break.
Oh, yeah.
Ski! And we're back. I hope you enjoyed what our sponsors had to say, because I know I always do. But let's go to the waiver wire /news/injuries. I could have a whole show on injuries today, but I don't think you'd want to see that. You don't pay me the big bucks for the injury show. But we have Michael Vick, probably not going to play next week. He apparently has rib cartilage injury. I'm not exactly sure what that means. They said he might have trouble breathing, sleeping, eating. Michael Vick, man, don't treat the dogs bad, and maybe you wouldn't have a rib cartilage injury. Just kidding. And now we have Jay Cutler. The man's head bounced off. Literally like, boom! He's got a little boo-boo. Like Kevin Kolb. He probably will play next week. That is great news for the Bears. Because if he didn't play, we might have Old Man Collins. Or Caleb Haney. I don't know. I mean, I'd prefer to see Old Man Collins. I think everybody would, because he is just good for a good old laugh. Then we got LaShawn McCoy. The man's ribs are also hurting him. I don't think he's going to play next week. You never know. And then we have 4,000 other injuries, which I'm not going to mention, but wait a minute here. Wait. Yep. More breaking news. No, nothing else is broken in the studio. Don't fear. We'll be back for next week. But the City Point Hunters have just traded Joseph Adai for Ben Roethlisberger's man who loves to go downfield to Mike Wallace. So Adai for Mike Wallace. Huge trade. Call everybody on the phone again. Let them know a big trade happened in the Tony Dungy Football League. But that's it. I gotta go. I gotta go keep track of all the injuries because it's ridiculous. Say hi to George Blanda for me. Peace. Thank you and good night. I'll see you next week. Hello and welcome to the Week 4 edition of Sports Center. Wait, hang on. I forgot my opening. Time out! The Platypuses, they're going to be 5-0, 4-0, whatever, undefeated. Start the parade. You know, call Jesus, call somebody, call your mom, call your friends. Platypuses get the win here. Breaking news. I'll mention injuries. Breaking news. Joseph Adai for Mike Wallace. Okay. All right. I'm like, welcome back. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Look at Danica Patrick. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait. Is that the phone? I didn't even know we had a phone in the studio. But what am I supposed to say, though? That's where I'm confused. Like, all right. I think I'm good.
Think you're good?
I hope so.
All right.
Oh, we're live. Whoa!
Why is that doing that? Can I get rid of that?